you're a man of strength. You're also a man of peace. And the fact that you are now also successful in getting this ceasefire done between Israel and Iran, I really want to commend you. And I think this is important for the whole world. Then on spending, it's absolutely true. I want to state here, without President Trump, this would not have happened. In 3 stages. When you became president in 2016, 2017, you forced Europeans and Canadians to pay more. At this moment, the result of that phase is $1 trillion extra aggregate defense spending by the Canadians and the Europeans.
That's NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte giving high praises to President Trump, and why not? He deserves it. On the Iranian conflict, he thwarted that threat, whether you agree with the violence and the action or not. Secondly, he helped raise defense spending. NATO is now going from 2% to 5% of GDP, with 3.5% for core defense spending and 1.5% for cyber and infrastructure by 2035. And without him drawing a line in the sand, NATO arguably would not have the funding it needs to defend itself. Now, as far as Article 5 is concerned, an attack on one is an attack on all. President Trump questioned the definition of the NATO collective's defense clause, but later assured we're with them all the way. This is actually what he said on his way to the Netherlands when asked by reporters on Air Force One.
Depends on your definition. There's numerous definitions of 5, but I'm committed to being their friends. I've become friends with many of those leaders, and I'm committed to helping them.
And I'm happy to see that, because personally, I want good relations internationally. It's interesting to see, of course, how far we've come from 1776 when the US started up until today, but I'd like to see continued and sustained relations with Europe. Now, there was European pushback and commitment. Spain, in particular, pushed back on the 5% goal, pledging around 2.1%, while other leaders, including Mark Rutte, Emmanuel Macron, emphasized the need for robust European defense autonomy. Finland's president called this the birth of a new NATO, highlighting greater European responsibility, emphasizing hybrid threats, including cyber and Russian aggression. And as far as the Middle East and Iran on the agenda, the summit addressed the ongoing strikes by Israel and Iran and a potential conflict spillover. I think this was great that President Trump traveled with his cabinet. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is there. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is there. And it's images like this that give me hope for international relations. This to me means we move forward to a more peaceful world. Let me know your thoughts.